Healthy boundaries are not walls. They are the gates and fences that allow you to enjoy the beauty of your garden. Secrets to Authentic Confidence: How to Stop Being Pleaser. The book was written and published by Mindset Audiobook.
Chapter 1. The Cost of Niceness. The roots of people-pleasing often trace back to early experiences, where approval and validation from others became central to feeling safe, accepted, or worthy. Many people who struggle with people-pleasing learned early on that pleasing others was the best way to avoid conflict or to gain love and attention. This habit can start in childhood, especially in families where expectations for behavior are strict or where the needs of others, such as parents or siblings, are prioritized. Growing up, these individuals often internalize the idea that their worth is tied to how well they can keep others happy. Over time, these early patterns create a deep belief that saying no or disappointing others might lead to rejection, causing significant fear and discomfort around setting boundaries or expressing personal needs. As people mature, these ingrained habits become an automatic response. They may find themselves saying yes when they really want to say no or bending over backward to avoid anyone's disappointment. In the workplace, this might look like taking on extra tasks to avoid letting colleagues down, even when feeling overwhelmed. In friendships, it could mean agreeing to plans out of fear of seeming unkind or uninterested. Many people-pleasers don't realize that these patterns, which once served a purpose in helping them feel safe or valued, are now limiting their ability to express who they truly are. As they continue to put others' needs first, they may notice that they're ignoring their own needs, leading to an ongoing cycle of self-neglect. A people-pleaser often exhibits specific behaviors and thought patterns. They may worry excessively about how others perceive them, going out of their way to present themselves as agreeable or easygoing. This often involves suppressing their own opinions or desires to avoid conflict. Even when they disagree, they might nod along or remain silent, feeling that expressing a different opinion could create tension. Some people-pleasers also find it challenging to accept compliments or recognition, as they're uncomfortable with attention on themselves. Instead, they may prefer to stay in the background, feeling safer when they aren't the focus. These patterns can lead to an exhausting cycle of constantly scanning for signs of others' approval or disapproval, often leaving little time or energy for self-reflection. Identifying these patterns is crucial in moving towards change. When people become aware of their people-pleasing tendencies, they start to see how much of their life is shaped by a need to be liked or accepted. Awareness can help people begin to notice when they're behaving in ways that aren't authentic to them. This realization often feels like a significant step, as it sheds light on why they might feel drained or disconnected from their true selves. Once they can recognize these patterns, people-pleasers may also start noticing how their behaviors create expectations in others. Friends, family, and colleagues may start to expect constant agreement or a lack of resistance. Over time, this can lead to unbalanced relationships, where the people-pleaser feels resentful but trapped by the habits they've created. The emotional toll of people-pleasing can be profound. By constantly putting others' needs first, people-pleasers may feel empty, stressed, or even resentful. Suppressing one's own needs, ideas, and desires to avoid conflict or rejection often leads to low self-worth and unhappiness. The disappointment of failing to meet one's own needs can create a sense of inner conflict, as people-pleasers struggle between the desire to be liked and the need to honor their authentic selves. This emotional tension can become overwhelming, affecting their mental and physical health. For example, constantly trying to please others can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and a lack of personal fulfillment, all of which may impact overall well-being. Ultimately, recognizing the emotional costs of people-pleasing is essential for taking the first steps toward change. People-pleasers often feel unappreciated or misunderstood, as they rarely express their true thoughts and emotions. The fear of saying no or letting others down traps them in relationships where they might feel invisible, despite all they do to make others happy. In contrast, beginning to explore and embrace assertiveness can gradually empower people-pleasers to reclaim a sense of balance, allowing them to give to others without sacrificing their own well-being. Remaining silent in challenging situations often leads to deep-seated resentment. When individuals choose not to express their true feelings or opinions, they may believe they are maintaining peace. However, this silence can create a sense of internal conflict. Over time, the things left unsaid build up, like a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Instead of resolving the situation, staying quiet allows frustration to grow. People may feel angry not only at the situation but also at themselves for not speaking up. This resentment can negatively impact their relationships, as others may perceive their silence as agreement or indifference. As resentment accumulates, it can create a distance in relationships. Friends, family members, and colleagues may feel confused by the unexpressed emotions swirling beneath the surface. The person who stays silent may smile and nod but feels a growing chasm between themselves and others. This lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings, as others might misinterpret their silence as acceptance. Eventually, the person may lash out in moments of weakness, expressing their frustration in a way that feels inappropriate or overwhelming. This cycle of silence and eventual outburst can damage trust and connection with others, making it difficult to rebuild those relationships. Silence also alters the way individuals perceive themselves. When they remain quiet to avoid conflict, they may begin to doubt their opinions and feelings. Over time, they might lose touch with their own voice, leading to a diminished sense of self. The internal struggle between wanting to be true to oneself and the fear of disapproval creates a confusing narrative in their mind. As a result, they may feel trapped in their role as the nice person, losing sight of their own identity and desires. This detachment can lead to feelings of emptiness, as they constantly prioritize others' needs over their own. Understanding the difference between niceness and kindness is essential. Niceness often involves suppressing one's true feelings to avoid conflict, while kindness comes from a place of authenticity and respect for both oneself and others. When people please out of a need to be nice, they may think they are being helpful or compassionate. However, this often leads to dishonesty in their interactions. Kindness, on the other hand, allows for genuine communication and fosters deeper connections. It encourages individuals to express their thoughts openly while still considering the feelings of others. Recognizing this distinction can help individuals move away from people-pleasing behaviors and embrace a more authentic form of interaction. The emotional costs of staying silent extend beyond relationships. They can deeply impact a person's self-identity. When people silence their true thoughts and feelings, they often feel disconnected from their core selves. This disconnect can lead to confusion about who they are and what they genuinely want from life. They may start to wear a mask, presenting a version of themselves that they think others will accept, but this can lead to a profound sense of loss. Over time, they may find themselves feeling lost and unsure of their values, which can create anxiety and low self-esteem. This emotional toll can make it challenging to navigate personal and professional relationships, leading to further isolation. Ultimately, staying silent can have significant emotional consequences. It fosters resentment, blurs the line between niceness and kindness, and erodes self-identity. To reclaim a sense of self, individuals must learn to express their thoughts and feelings honestly while respecting their own needs. Embracing open communication can help break the cycle of silence, allowing individuals to build healthier relationships and cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth. By taking small steps to speak up and assert their needs, they can start to replace silence with authentic connection, creating a more fulfilling and balanced life. Choosing yourself begins with understanding and valuing your own needs. It is easy to lose sight of what you want when you are focused on pleasing others. When you prioritize others' needs over your own, you may find yourself feeling drained and resentful. Recognizing that your needs are just as important is the first step towards making choices that align with your true self. Taking time to reflect on what you need emotionally, physically, and mentally is essential. This can involve setting aside quiet moments to ask yourself important questions about your desires and boundaries. Once you begin to acknowledge your needs, it is important to practice expressing them. This can be challenging, especially if you are used to staying silent. However, learning to voice your needs can empower you and foster healthier relationships. Start with small, manageable requests and gradually work your way up to more significant needs. You might begin by stating your preferences in a casual setting, which can help build your confidence. Remember, it is okay to ask for what you want. Each time you express your needs, You reinforce the idea that your feelings and desires matter, both to yourself and to others. Embracing authenticity is a crucial part of choosing yourself. Authenticity means being true to who you are, rather than conforming to what you think others expect of you. Many people struggle with this because they fear rejection or judgment. However, when you embrace your true self, you invite deeper connections and genuine interactions. Being authentic allows you to connect with others on a more meaningful level. It also reduces the stress of trying to maintain a facade, which can be exhausting. As you start to show your true self, you may find that others appreciate your honesty and are more willing to be authentic with you in return. One way to cultivate authenticity is to engage in self-reflection. Spend time exploring your interests, values, and passions. This can involve journaling, talking to trusted friends, or seeking guidance from a therapist. Understanding who you are at your core will help you make choices that align with your true self. When you act in ways that are consistent with your values, you will feel more fulfilled and at peace. Remember, authenticity does not mean being perfect. It means embracing your imperfections and recognizing that they are part of what makes you unique. Redefining your self-worth is another vital aspect of choosing yourself. Many individuals base their self-worth on external validation, such as praise from others or social acceptance. However, this can lead to a fragile sense of self that fluctuates based on others' opinions. It is essential to shift this perspective and recognize that your worth comes from within. Start by acknowledging your strengths and accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrate your efforts, and remember that you are deserving of love and respect simply because you exist. As you redefine your self-worth, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. This includes allowing yourself to make mistakes without harsh judgment. When you learn to accept yourself fully, flaws and all, you create a solid foundation for self-esteem. This new perspective will help you stand firm in your choices, knowing that you are worthy of what you desire. Ultimately, choosing yourself is about embracing your needs, living authentically, and redefining your sense of worth. By doing so, you will foster deeper connections with yourself and others, leading to a more fulfilling and empowered life. Chapter 2: Identifying Triggers and Patterns. Understanding your triggers is an essential step in breaking the cycle of people-pleasing. Triggers are situations or events that provoke a strong reaction in you, often leading to automatic responses like silence or compliance. The first step is recognizing common triggers that prompt these behaviors. For many, triggers can include conflict, criticism, or the presence of authority figures. When faced with these situations, people often feel an urge to please others, even at the expense of their own needs. Once you become aware of these common triggers, it is important to dig deeper into identifying specific situations that lead you to people-pleasing behaviors. Think about past experiences where you felt pressured to conform or remain silent. Was there a particular person or setting that made you feel this way? Reflecting on these moments can help you understand your patterns more clearly. You may find that you often please others in social gatherings, at work, or within your family. By pinpointing these specific situations, you can prepare yourself better for future encounters. In addition to recognizing triggers and situations, it is crucial to pay attention to your emotional responses. Emotions are often the key indicators of when you might be slipping into people-pleasing mode. For instance, feelings of anxiety or guilt may arise when you think about expressing your true opinions or needs. Becoming more aware of these emotional cues will allow you to pause and reflect before reacting automatically. This awareness can help you recognize when your desire to please others is overshadowing your own feelings. Practicing mindfulness can enhance your ability to spot these emotional responses. Mindfulness encourages you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By incorporating mindfulness techniques into your daily routine, you can create a space where you can step back and assess your reactions. This practice can help you notice when you are feeling anxious or uncomfortable in certain situations. As you cultivate this awareness, you will find it easier to respond assertively rather than falling into old habits. Another helpful strategy is to keep a journal to document your triggers and emotional responses. Writing down specific events where you felt the urge to please can provide clarity on your patterns. Include details about the situation, your feelings, and how you reacted. Over time, this journal can serve as a valuable resource, allowing you to identify trends and gain insights into your behavior. By recognizing these patterns, you can take conscious steps toward changing your responses in the future. As you learn to understand your triggers better, you will empower yourself to make choices that align with your needs. Recognizing what prompts you to please others will help you build confidence in asserting yourself. Remember that breaking the cycle of people-pleasing is a journey, and every small step counts. Embrace the process of self-discovery and be patient with yourself as you navigate these changes. Understanding your triggers will enable you to take control of your reactions, leading to healthier interactions and a more authentic self. Family and cultural influences play a significant role in shaping our behavior and attitudes, especially when it comes to people-pleasing. From a young age, many individuals learn to prioritize the needs and feelings of others, often as a way to gain approval and acceptance. Family dynamics can deeply affect how we see ourselves and our worth. For example, if you grew up in a household where being agreeable was highly valued, you might have learned to suppress your own needs to maintain harmony. This behavior can become a habit, making it difficult to express your true feelings as you navigate adult relationships. Cultural expectations also contribute to the conditioning of people-pleasing behaviors. Different cultures have varied norms about how individuals should behave in social situations. In some cultures, collectivism is emphasized, which means that the group's needs take precedence over individual desires. In these environments, pleasing others may be seen as a virtue, reinforcing the idea that your worth is tied to your ability to conform. Understanding these cultural influences can help you recognize why you might feel compelled to please others and give you insights into how to shift these patterns. Another significant factor in conditioning is the role of media in shaping our perceptions of social behavior. Television shows, movies, and advertisements often portray characters who gain approval and happiness by being excessively nice or agreeable. This portrayal can send the message that being kind means ignoring your own needs. The constant exposure to these messages can normalize people-pleasing behaviors, leading you to believe that being nice is the only way to connect with others. Media has the power to shape our beliefs about relationships, making it essential to critically evaluate the messages we consume. Internalized beliefs and values are the culmination of these influences and experiences. Over time, you may internalize the idea that your value is dependent on how much you can accommodate others. This belief can lead to a cycle of guilt and shame when you consider putting your needs first. You might find yourself thinking that if you do not please others, you will be unworthy or unlovable. These internalized beliefs can be deeply ingrained, making it challenging to break free from people-pleasing tendencies. Recognizing and challenging these internalized beliefs is crucial for personal growth. Start by questioning the assumptions you hold about yourself and your worth. Ask yourself if these beliefs are truly yours or if they have been shaped by external influences. Reflect on moments when you prioritized your needs and the positive outcomes that followed. This practice can help you shift your mindset, allowing you to value yourself independently of others' approval. As you work to understand how conditioning shapes you, remember that change is a process. Be patient with yourself as you explore your family and cultural influences, the impact of media, and your internalized beliefs. Embracing this journey of self-discovery can lead to greater self-awareness and empower you to break free from the constraints of people-pleasing. By acknowledging these factors, you can start to redefine your self-worth and express your true self with confidence. Overcoming fear of rejection is a crucial step in breaking free from conditioned responses. Many people-pleasers avoid expressing their true feelings or needs because they fear being rejected or disliked. This fear can feel overwhelming and often stems from past experiences where asserting oneself led to negative outcomes. However, it is essential to realize that rejection is a part of life, and it does not define your worth as a person. By confronting this fear, you can gradually learn that being true to yourself does not automatically lead to negative reactions from others. To overcome the fear of rejection, it is helpful to start with small steps. Begin by expressing your opinions in low-stakes situations, such as casual conversations with friends or family. As you practice, you may discover that people respond positively to your honesty. This positive reinforcement can boost your confidence and reduce anxiety about future interactions. Remember that not everyone will react negatively to your assertiveness, and even if someone does, it is not a reflection of your value as a person. Each experience helps you build resilience and a stronger sense of self. Setting new standards for yourself is another vital aspect of breaking free from conditioned responses. Reflect on what you want and need from your relationships. Establishing clear standards for how you expect to be treated is essential for your emotional well-being. This process involves examining your past experiences and identifying what has not worked for you. By defining your values and boundaries, you create a foundation for healthier interactions. When you have a clear idea of what is acceptable to you, it becomes easier to communicate those needs to others. When setting new standards, it is important to be consistent and firm. This consistency helps reinforce your boundaries and sends a clear message to others about what you will and will not accept. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to accommodating others, but with practice, you will become more comfortable asserting your needs. Remember that you have the right to prioritize your well-being and that doing so does not make you selfish. Instead, it allows you to engage in healthier and more balanced relationships. Choosing when to stand firm is a skill that develops over time. There will be situations where you feel the urge to please others instead of standing your ground. In these moments, pause and assess the situation. Ask yourself if accommodating others will lead to resentment or if it goes against your values. It is essential to recognize that you do not have to respond to every request or expectation placed on you. Sometimes saying no is the best choice for your emotional health and allows you to maintain your integrity. Learning to stand firm does not mean you have to be harsh or aggressive. Instead, it is about being clear and respectful in your communication. Practice expressing your boundaries in a calm and assertive manner. You can be kind while still prioritizing your needs. As you continue to choose when to stand firm, you will likely find that others respect your boundaries more than you expected. This respect can lead to deeper connections based on mutual understanding and support, rather than fear and obligation. Breaking free from conditioned responses is a journey that requires patience and self-compassion. By overcoming the fear of rejection, setting new standards, and learning when to stand firm, you can cultivate a more authentic and fulfilling life. Embrace this process as an opportunity for growth and empowerment. Each step you take towards asserting your needs and desires brings you closer to the life you truly want to live. Chapter 3. The Art of Saying No. Understanding no as empowerment is a significant step in reclaiming your voice and setting boundaries. Many people see saying no as a negative action, often associated with feelings of guilt or fear of disappointing others. However, it is essential to recognize that saying no is not about rejecting others. It is about honoring your needs and values. When you say no, you are taking control of your choices and demonstrating respect for yourself. This shift in perspective can change how you view your decisions and interactions. Empowerment comes from realizing that your time and energy are valuable. By saying no, you are making room for what truly matters to you. This choice enables you to focus on your priorities and engage in activities that enrich your life. When you embrace saying no as a form of empowerment, you start to feel more confident in your ability to make choices that align with your authentic self. This newfound confidence will not only benefit you but also inspire others to respect your boundaries and decisions. Shifting from guilt to self-care is another essential aspect of learning to say no. Guilt often arises from the fear of letting others down or being perceived as selfish. It is important to remember that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary for your well-being. When you prioritize your needs, you become more effective in your relationships and responsibilities. Self-care is about ensuring that you have the energy and mental space to engage with others in a healthy and fulfilling way. To shift from guilt to self-care, practice acknowledging your feelings without judgment. When you feel guilty for saying no, take a moment to reflect on why you made that choice. Remind yourself that it is okay to prioritize your needs and that saying no allows you to be more present and engaged when you say yes. This practice helps reinforce the idea that self-care is a crucial part of maintaining healthy boundaries and relationships. Practicing saying no is key to becoming more comfortable with assertiveness. Start with low-stakes situations where the impact of saying no is minimal. For example, If a friend asks you to attend an event that you do not want to go to, practice saying no in a straightforward and respectful manner. You might say something like, "I appreciate the invitation, but I cannot make it." The more you practice, the easier it will become. You will start to notice that saying no does not have to lead to conflict or negative feelings. As you practice, pay attention to your body language and tone of voice. Being assertive is not just about the words you use. It also involves how you express yourself. Maintain a calm and confident demeanor, and make eye contact when speaking. This body language reinforces your message and shows others that you stand by your decision. With time and practice, you will find that saying no feels more natural, and you will be less likely to feel guilty about it. Incorporating these practical approaches into your life can lead to greater confidence and self-respect. Understanding no as empowerment helps you reclaim control over your choices. Shifting from guilt to self-care reinforces the importance of prioritizing your needs. Finally, practicing saying no allows you to develop your assertiveness skills gradually. Each of these steps is essential for building healthier relationships and leading a more authentic life. As you continue on this journey, you will discover that saying no can be a powerful tool for personal growth and well-being. Using no positively is an essential skill for setting boundaries while maintaining healthy relationships. When you say no, it is vital to frame it in a way that is clear and respectful. Instead of simply rejecting a request, consider expressing gratitude for the invitation or opportunity before declining. For instance, you might say, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I am unable to participate." This approach allows you to acknowledge the other person's effort while standing firm in your decision. Positivity in your response can also include offering an alternative when appropriate. If someone asks you to join an event that you cannot attend, you might suggest another time to meet or a different activity that works for you. This not only shows that you value the relationship but also reinforces your boundaries. By using positive language, you create a more constructive conversation, which can reduce the likelihood of misunderstandings and resentment. It is also important to remember that saying no does not require an elaborate explanation. Many people feel pressured to provide justifications for their decisions, but this can lead to over-explaining and feeling guilty. Instead, focus on being straightforward. A simple, "I can't this time," or "that doesn't work for me," is often enough. This simplicity conveys your message clearly and assertively without inviting further debate. Adjusting your tone and body language is equally crucial when you are communicating your boundaries. Your voice should be calm and steady, reflecting confidence in your decision. A soft or hesitant tone can send mixed signals and may lead others to question your commitment to your boundaries. Practice speaking in a clear, firm tone that conveys certainty and respect for yourself. Your body language plays a vital role in how your message is received. Make sure to maintain eye contact and stand or sit up straight, as this projects confidence and openness. Avoid crossing your arms, as this can appear defensive. Instead, keep your posture relaxed and open to encourage positive communication. By aligning your body language with your words, you reinforce your assertiveness and make it clear that you are serious about your boundaries. Handling pushback assertively is a key part of maintaining your boundaries when others may resist or challenge your decisions. It is common for people to react with surprise or disappointment when you say no, especially if they are not used to you setting limits. In these moments, it is important to stay calm and confident. If someone pushes back, listen to their concerns, but do not feel compelled to change your mind. Acknowledge their feelings without sacrificing your own needs. Responding to pushback with assertiveness can take practice. You might say something like, "I understand this is disappointing, but my decision stands." This statement shows that you hear their feelings, but also reinforces that you will not compromise your boundaries. If the conversation continues to escalate, it may be best to disengage respectfully. You can say, "I appreciate your understanding, and I hope we can discuss this more later." This keeps the door open for future conversations while firmly establishing your limits. As you work on using effective language and tone, you will find that your relationships can improve as well. By communicating clearly and positively, you foster understanding and respect with others. This process takes practice and patience, but the rewards of assertiveness are well worth the effort. You will feel more empowered in your interactions and create healthier dynamics in your personal and professional life, Building a boundary practice starts with small-scale boundary exercises. These exercises help you practice saying no and expressing your needs in low-stakes situations. You might begin by setting a simple boundary with a friend or family member. For example, if someone asks you to take on an extra task, you can practice saying, "I can't help with that right now." This kind of practice allows you to become comfortable with expressing your boundaries without the pressure of a significant consequence. Another helpful exercise is to set boundaries in everyday situations, such as when shopping or dining out. If a salesperson tries to persuade you to buy something you do not want, practice responding firmly but politely. You could say, "I appreciate your help, but I am just looking." This small interaction can boost your confidence and help you see that you can assert your needs without feeling guilty or anxious. It can also be beneficial to role-play boundary setting with a trusted friend or family member. This safe environment allows you to explore different scenarios and practice your responses. By acting out these situations, you will gain insight into how to handle them in real life. Role-playing can make you feel more prepared for future encounters where you need to set boundaries. The more you practice, the easier it will become to assert yourself in various contexts. Gaining confidence through repetition is an essential part of building your boundary practice. Like any new skill, setting boundaries becomes easier the more you do it. Each time you assert your needs, you reinforce the idea that it is okay to speak up for yourself. This builds your self-esteem and makes you feel more in control of your interactions. As you gain experience, you will notice that your confidence increases, and you will be less afraid of how others might react. You may also find that, over time, your fear of rejection diminishes. Each successful boundary-setting experience helps you realize that most people respect your limits. While some may push back, many will appreciate your honesty and clarity. This shift in perspective can further encourage you to continue practicing and asserting your needs. You will learn that standing firm in your boundaries can lead to more genuine and respectful relationships. Learning to trust your decisions is the final piece of building a boundary practice. It is common for individuals who struggle with people-pleasing to doubt their choices. You might find yourself second-guessing whether your decisions are reasonable or if you should have done something differently. However, it is essential to recognize that your feelings and needs are valid. Trusting your decisions means acknowledging that you have the right to choose what works best for you. To strengthen this trust, consider reflecting on your experiences. After setting a boundary, take some time to think about how it felt. Did you feel relieved or empowered? Did you notice any positive changes in your relationships? By recognizing the benefits of asserting your boundaries, you can reinforce your belief in your choices. Keep a journal to record your experiences and reflections. Writing can help solidify your understanding and strengthen your confidence in your decisions. It is also helpful to remind yourself that you cannot please everyone. This understanding can free you from the pressure to conform to others' expectations. As you continue to practice setting boundaries, remind yourself that your well-being comes first. By prioritizing your needs, you create a healthier dynamic in your relationships. Trusting your decisions will become more natural as you practice regularly and see the positive effects on your life. As you build a boundary practice, remember that growth takes time. Each small step you take contributes to your overall journey toward assertiveness and self-respect. By engaging in exercises, gaining confidence, and learning to trust your decisions, you will create a solid foundation for setting and maintaining healthy boundaries in your life. Chapter 4. Building assertive communication skills. The foundation of assertiveness starts with understanding the differences between passive, assertive, and aggressive behaviors. Many people struggle with assertiveness because they confuse it with aggression. Passive individuals often avoid expressing their needs and opinions. They might say yes when they want to say no, leading to frustration and resentment. On the other hand, aggressive individuals express their needs in a way that disregards others' feelings. They may raise their voices or use harsh language to get their point across. Understanding these differences is crucial because it helps you identify your communication style and the styles of those around you. Assertiveness lies in the middle of the spectrum between passivity and aggression. When you are assertive, you express your thoughts, feelings, and needs directly and respectfully. You are honest about what you want while considering others' perspectives. This balanced approach helps create healthy relationships and fosters mutual respect. Recognizing your natural tendency toward either passive or aggressive behavior allows you to consciously choose a more assertive path. As you practice assertiveness, you will begin to feel more empowered in your interactions. Another essential aspect of assertiveness is the power of directness. Being direct means expressing yourself clearly and without ambiguity. When you communicate directly, you reduce the chances of misunderstandings. For example, instead of hinting at what you want, you can simply state your needs. If you want your coworker to stop interrupting you in meetings, you might say, "I need to finish my thoughts before you respond." This straightforward approach can lead to more productive conversations and help establish clear boundaries. Directness is also crucial in preventing resentment. When you hint at your needs instead of stating them, you may feel ignored or unappreciated. This can build frustration over time. By expressing yourself directly, you take responsibility for your feelings and promote open communication. This approach encourages others to do the same, fostering an environment of honesty and understanding. As you practice direct communication, you will notice how much easier it becomes to express your needs without fear or guilt. Setting clear intentions is a vital component of assertive communication. Before entering a conversation, take a moment to think about what you want to achieve. Having a clear intention helps you stay focused during discussions. If your goal is to address a concern, remind yourself of that purpose before you begin. This clarity allows you to communicate effectively and prevents you from getting sidetracked by emotions or distractions. It can be helpful to write down your intentions before a conversation to reinforce your goals. Additionally, setting clear intentions helps you express your needs more confidently. When you know what you want, it becomes easier to articulate it. For example, if you intend to ask for a raise, approach the conversation with confidence by clearly stating your achievements and reasons for the request. Your clear intentions demonstrate your commitment to your needs and can help you communicate them more effectively. This confidence can lead to better outcomes in both personal and professional relationships. As you develop these tools for assertive communication, remember that practice is key. Start by applying what you learn in everyday interactions. Focus on being direct, understanding your communication style, and setting clear intentions. Each time you practice assertiveness, you will become more comfortable expressing yourself. Over time, assertive communication will become a natural part of your interactions, allowing you to build more fulfilling and authentic relationships with others. One of the most powerful techniques for assertive dialogue is the use of I statements. These statements allow you to express your feelings and needs without blaming others. When you start a sentence with I, you take ownership of your thoughts and emotions. For example, instead of saying, "You always interrupt me," you can say, "I feel frustrated when I am interrupted." This shift in language helps prevent the other person from feeling attacked, which can lead to a more open and productive conversation. Using I statements also encourages self-reflection. When you articulate your feelings, you are more likely to identify what you truly want or need from the conversation. This process can clarify your intentions, making it easier to communicate them. Moreover, I statements invite the other person to engage without becoming defensive. This can create a space where both parties feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, leading to a more constructive dialogue. Practicing this technique can greatly improve the quality of your interactions. Another essential aspect of assertive dialogue is active listening. This means fully focusing on what the other person is saying without preparing your response while they talk. Active listening involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues. You might nod your head, maintain eye contact, or use affirming phrases like, "I see," or "that makes sense." These actions show that you value the other person's perspective and encourage them to share more openly. When you listen actively, you also help yourself understand the other person's needs and feelings. This understanding can guide your responses and help you find common ground. By reflecting on what the other person says, you can ask clarifying questions or summarize their points. This demonstrates your commitment to the conversation and shows that you genuinely care about their viewpoint. As a result, active listening strengthens your relationships and fosters deeper connections. Conflict resolution is another crucial technique in assertive dialogue. Conflicts can arise in any relationship, and how you handle them can make a significant difference. An effective approach to conflict resolution involves addressing the issue directly and calmly. Start by stating the problem clearly and expressing how it affects you. Use your I statements to keep the conversation focused on your feelings rather than placing blame. For instance, saying, "I felt hurt when you canceled our plans," is more constructive than saying, "You always cancel on me." It is also important to remain open to feedback during conflict resolution. Be willing to listen to the other person's perspective and validate their feelings. This does not mean you have to agree with them, but acknowledging their viewpoint can help diffuse tension. When both parties feel heard, it becomes easier to collaborate on finding a solution. Focus on working together to resolve the issue rather than winning the argument. This cooperative spirit can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. Finally, remember that resolving conflicts may take time and patience. It is normal for emotions to run high during disagreements, so be gentle with yourself and the other person. If the conversation becomes too heated, it might be helpful to take a break and revisit the discussion later. This pause allows both of you to process your feelings and return with a clearer mindset. By consistently applying these conflict resolution approaches, you will build stronger relationships and develop a greater sense of confidence in your ability to communicate assertively. Incorporating these techniques for assertive dialogue into your daily interactions can lead to more satisfying and meaningful relationships. Using I statements allows you to express your feelings honestly, while active listening fosters mutual understanding. Engaging in conflict resolution with a collaborative mindset can turn potential disagreements into opportunities for growth. As you practice these techniques, you will become more confident in your communication skills and better equipped to navigate challenging conversations. Incorporating assertive habits into your daily life is essential for developing strong communication skills. These habits can be simple changes in your behavior or mindset that encourage assertiveness. Start by making small commitments to express your needs and opinions. For instance, you can practice speaking up in conversations, even if it is just to share your thoughts on a topic. The more you use your voice, the more comfortable you will become in asserting yourself. Another habit to adopt is setting boundaries. This means being clear about what you are willing to accept and what you are not. For example, if someone frequently interrupts you during meetings, you can calmly say, "I would like to finish my point before we discuss yours." Setting these boundaries helps others understand your limits and shows that you respect yourself. With time, these assertive habits will become a natural part of your interactions. Practicing assertiveness in low-stakes situations can greatly enhance your confidence. Low-stakes situations are those where the outcome does not carry significant consequences. These can include casual conversations with friends, ordering food at a restaurant, or discussing plans with coworkers. In these scenarios, you can safely experiment with your assertive communication without the fear of negative repercussions. For example, you might express a preference for a certain restaurant or suggest a different meeting time. Each time you assert your preferences, you build your confidence and skills. Using these opportunities to practice allows you to fine-tune your assertive language and approach. You can focus on maintaining eye contact, using a calm tone, and stating your needs clearly. Over time, these practices will translate into more challenging situations. As you become comfortable asserting yourself in low-stakes environments, you will find it easier to express your needs in higher-stakes interactions, such as negotiations or conflicts. Tracking your progress is an important part of developing assertiveness. Keeping a journal can be a helpful tool to reflect on your experiences. After each interaction, write down what went well and what you might improve next time. This reflection not only reinforces your learning, but also helps you recognize patterns in your behavior. You might notice that you assert yourself more in certain situations or with specific people. Understanding these patterns can guide your practice and help you target areas for improvement. Additionally, setting small goals for yourself can help you stay motivated. For example, you might aim to assert yourself at least once a day. As you achieve these goals, celebrate your successes no matter how small. This positive reinforcement encourages you to continue practicing assertiveness and fosters a sense of achievement. By tracking your progress, you create a tangible record of your growth, which can be very encouraging on days when you feel less confident. Practicing assertiveness daily transforms your interactions and strengthens your self-confidence. Incorporating assertive habits into your routine allows you to express yourself more freely. Engaging in low-stakes situations gives you the chance to refine your skills in a supportive environment. Tracking your progress keeps you motivated and focused on your growth. As you commit to this daily practice, you will find yourself becoming a more assertive and authentic version of yourself. Chapter 5. Overcoming guilt and fear of disapproval. Understanding guilt is an important step in learning how to be assertive. Many people feel guilt when they think about expressing their needs or desires. This feeling often comes from a belief that we should always please others or be agreeable. Society often teaches us that saying no is rude or selfish. When we prioritize our needs, we may feel guilty for not meeting others' expectations. Acknowledging that this guilt exists can help us understand that it is a common emotional response. Guilt can also stem from a fear of conflict or disappointing others. When we worry about how others will react to our assertiveness, we may hesitate to speak up. This fear can create a cycle where we prioritize others' needs over our own. Recognizing that feeling guilty is a natural response can empower us to take action despite that feeling. It is essential to remember that everyone has needs and that it is okay to assert yours. Understanding this dynamic allows us to challenge the idea that our worth is tied to pleasing others. Sometimes, guilt is misplaced, meaning we feel it even when we have not done anything wrong. This misplaced guilt can arise when we internalize others' expectations or opinions about what we should do. For example, if you feel guilty for wanting to spend time alone instead of attending a social event, it may not be justified. It is important to evaluate the source of your guilt. Ask yourself if you are feeling guilty for a legitimate reason or if it is a result of external pressures. To help in recognizing misplaced guilt, it can be useful to reflect on your values and priorities. What do you truly want in a given situation? When you are clear about your own needs, it becomes easier to differentiate between genuine guilt and guilt that arises from societal expectations. Writing down your feelings can also help clarify your thoughts. By identifying situations where you feel guilt, you can challenge those feelings with evidence that supports your right to express your needs. Releasing shame is a crucial part of managing guilt. Shame is a deeper emotion that can lead us to believe we are fundamentally flawed. It often tells us that we are unworthy if we do not conform to others' expectations. This belief can be paralyzing and make it difficult to assert ourselves. To release shame, it is important to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Recognize that everyone has flaws and that asserting your needs does not make you unworthy. Another way to release shame is to talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Sharing your experiences can lighten the burden and provide perspective. You may discover that others have felt the same way. This connection can help you realize that you are not alone in your feelings. Over time, by acknowledging and confronting shame, you can create a healthier relationship with your needs and desires. Learning to manage guilt and shame is essential for developing assertiveness. By understanding the nature of guilt, recognizing when it is misplaced, and releasing shame, you can begin to express your needs confidently. This journey allows you to honor yourself and cultivate healthier relationships with others. Embracing your right to assert yourself can lead to a more fulfilling life where your voice matters just as much as anyone else's. Building self-acceptance starts with affirming your self-worth. Many people struggle with feelings of inadequacy and often compare themselves to others. This habit can lead to negative thoughts about who we are and what we deserve. To begin affirming your self-worth, it is essential to recognize that you are inherently valuable. Your worth is not defined by your achievements, looks, or the approval of others. Instead, it comes from being a unique individual with your own strengths and qualities. One way to affirm your self-worth is to practice positive self-talk. This means replacing negative thoughts with kind and encouraging words. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I am not good enough," try to reframe that thought to, "I am doing my best, and that is enough." Regularly reminding yourself of your strengths can help build a stronger sense of self-worth over time. Consider keeping a journal where you write down positive things about yourself each day. Reflecting on your achievements, no matter how small, can help reinforce the belief that you deserve respect and kindness. Shifting to self-compassion is another vital aspect of building self-acceptance. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. Many people are quick to criticize themselves for mistakes or failures, but this only fuels feelings of inadequacy. Instead, try to adopt a more compassionate perspective. Acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes and faces challenges. This realization can help you respond to your difficulties with understanding rather than judgment. To practice self-compassion, start by recognizing your feelings without harsh criticism. If you feel sad or anxious, allow yourself to feel those emotions without labeling them as weaknesses. It is okay to struggle, and acknowledging your feelings is the first step toward healing. You might also find it helpful to talk to yourself kindly during tough times. For instance, instead of saying, "I should have done better," you can say, "It's okay to struggle. I am learning and growing." This gentle approach can create a supportive inner dialogue that fosters self-acceptance. Letting go of perfectionism is essential for developing self-acceptance. Perfectionism often leads to an endless cycle of self-criticism and disappointment. When you set unrealistically high standards for yourself, it becomes impossible to feel satisfied with your efforts. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for progress. Recognize that growth and learning come from making mistakes. Embrace the idea that it is okay to be imperfect and that flaws are a part of being human. To begin letting go of perfectionism, identify areas where you feel pressure to be perfect. Are there specific tasks or situations where you hold yourself to an unrealistic standard? Once you recognize these areas, challenge those standards. Ask yourself what is truly important in that situation. Often, the need for perfection stems from a desire for approval or fear of failure. Understanding the root of your perfectionism can help you reframe your goals and focus on what truly matters. Building self-acceptance takes time and practice. By affirming your self-worth, shifting to self-compassion, and letting go of perfectionism, you can create a more positive relationship with yourself. Embracing your uniqueness allows you to live authentically and confidently. Remember that self-acceptance is a journey, not a destination. It is about celebrating who you are, flaws and all, and recognizing that you are deserving of love and respect just as you are. The journey toward inner validation begins with trusting yourself. Many people seek approval from others to feel good about who they are. This need for external validation can lead to a constant cycle of seeking praise and feeling disappointed. When you learn to trust your own feelings and judgments, you become less dependent on what others think. Trusting self-validation means recognizing your worth without needing someone else to confirm it. This shift in mindset can be freeing and empowering. To trust self-validation, start by listening to your own thoughts and feelings. Take time to reflect on what matters to you and what makes you feel happy or fulfilled. Ask yourself questions like, what do I enjoy doing? Or what are my values? These reflections can help you connect with your authentic self. When you identify your passions and beliefs, you build a foundation for trusting your instincts. This inner clarity allows you to make decisions based on what feels right for you, rather than what you think others expect. It is also essential to practice positive self-talk as a way to foster inner validation. The way we speak to ourselves greatly influences our self-image. Negative self-talk can create a damaging narrative that lowers self-esteem. Instead of criticizing yourself for mistakes or shortcomings, replace those thoughts with encouraging messages. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I always mess things up," reframe it to "I am learning, and mistakes are part of growth." This simple change in language can shift your perspective and help you recognize your efforts. To incorporate positive self-talk into your daily routine, try writing down affirmations. These are positive statements that reinforce your self-worth and abilities. Each morning, read your affirmations aloud or write them in a journal. This practice can create a habit of self-encouragement and remind you of your strengths. Over time, positive self-talk can help replace negative thoughts with a more balanced view of yourself. This shift is crucial for developing inner validation. Cultivating inner resilience is another vital aspect of seeking inner validation over outer approval. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges and setbacks. It allows you to face difficulties with confidence and courage. When you rely on external approval, you may feel defeated by criticism or rejection. In contrast, building resilience helps you view obstacles as opportunities for growth. This mindset fosters a sense of self-assurance that comes from within, making you less affected by others' opinions. To cultivate inner resilience, start by embracing a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as chances to learn rather than failures. When you face setbacks, remind yourself that they are a natural part of life. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you can learn from the experience. This proactive approach can help you develop a more resilient attitude. Practicing mindfulness can also enhance your resilience. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present and aware, allowing you to manage stress more effectively. Building inner validation over outer approval is an ongoing process that requires patience and practice. By trusting yourself, practicing positive self-talk, and cultivating inner resilience, you can create a strong sense of self that does not rely on the opinions of others. This inner strength empowers you to express yourself authentically and embrace your true worth. As you develop this inner validation, you will find that your confidence grows, leading to more fulfilling relationships and experiences. Ultimately, you become the source of your own validation, which is a transformative and liberating journey. Chapter 6: Managing Aggression and Standing Up to Bullies. The first step in handling aggressive people assertively is recognizing manipulative tactics. People often use various forms of aggression to control or intimidate others. These tactics can be both overt and subtle. Overt aggression is easy to spot. It includes shouting, threatening, or making direct accusations. When someone displays overt aggression, it is clear that they want to dominate the conversation or situation. This kind of behavior can be frightening and challenging to deal with, especially if you are not used to standing your ground. On the other hand, subtle aggression can be trickier to identify. This may include passive-aggressive behaviors such as sarcasm, eye-rolling, or silent treatment. These actions can create a sense of confusion and doubt. When someone uses subtle aggression, it may leave you feeling unsure about your feelings and instincts. You might question whether the person is truly being aggressive or if you are misinterpreting their behavior. By learning to recognize these signs, you can become more aware of when someone is trying to manipulate you. Understanding gaslighting is also essential in this process. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation where someone makes you question your reality or perceptions. This can be particularly damaging because it undermines your confidence and self-worth. For example, if you express discomfort about someone's aggressive behavior and they respond by saying you are overreacting, they are engaging in gaslighting. This tactic can leave you feeling confused and anxious. It is important to trust your feelings and recognize that your experiences are valid. When faced with gaslighting, it is helpful to document your thoughts and feelings. Keeping a journal can help you track your interactions with the person. This record can serve as a reminder of your reality when doubt creeps in. When you have evidence of what happened, it becomes easier to challenge gaslighting attempts. Remember that you are not alone in your feelings, and they are valid. Trusting yourself is key to overcoming the effects of gaslighting. Recognizing power dynamics is another important aspect of dealing with aggressive people. In many situations, one person may hold more power than the other. This power can come from various sources, such as status, confidence, or experience. Understanding these dynamics can help you navigate conversations more effectively. For instance, if you find yourself speaking with someone who has a more dominant personality, you might feel pressured to agree with them, even if you have differing views. To handle power dynamics assertively, it is essential to practice self-awareness. Recognize your feelings in the presence of someone who displays aggressive behavior. Do you feel intimidated or small? Acknowledging these feelings is the first step in reclaiming your power. You can also use assertive communication techniques to express your thoughts and feelings clearly. By standing your ground and articulating your perspective, you can level the playing field and assert your own worth in the conversation. Building assertiveness in the face of aggression requires practice and courage. It can be challenging to confront aggressive people, especially if you fear their reaction. However, by recognizing manipulative tactics, understanding gaslighting, and being aware of power dynamics, you can develop the skills to handle these situations confidently. Remember that assertiveness is about respecting yourself and others. When you stand your ground, you not only protect yourself but also encourage healthier interactions with others. By cultivating these skills, you can navigate difficult conversations and maintain your dignity in the face of aggression. Staying grounded in conflict is essential for maintaining your composure and responding effectively. When you find yourself in a tense situation, it is common to feel overwhelmed. Your heart may race, your palms may sweat, and your thoughts might become jumbled. These physical reactions can make it difficult to think clearly or express yourself assertively. To combat this, focus on your breath. Taking slow, deep breaths can help calm your nervous system and bring you back to the present moment. As you inhale and exhale, visualize tension leaving your body. This simple technique can provide you with the clarity you need to handle the conflict calmly. Another helpful strategy for staying grounded is to anchor yourself in the present. You can do this by paying attention to your surroundings. Notice the colors, sounds, and textures around you. This mindfulness practice shifts your focus away from the conflict and helps you feel more in control. It reminds you that you are safe and capable of handling the situation. When you ground yourself, you can respond rather than react, which is crucial in resolving conflicts effectively. When faced with conflict, it is important to manage your emotions. Acknowledge what you are feeling, whether it is anger, fear, or frustration. Instead of pushing these emotions away, allow yourself to feel them without judgment. Accepting your feelings can help prevent them from overwhelming you. You can also use positive self-talk to remind yourself that it is okay to feel this way. Phrases like, "I am in control" or "I can handle this" can boost your confidence and calm your mind. By recognizing your emotions and embracing them, you can maintain a sense of composure in challenging situations. Techniques to reduce stress are also valuable in keeping calm during conflicts. Regular physical activity is one effective way to manage stress. Exercise releases endorphins, which improve your mood and help you feel more relaxed. Even a short walk can make a difference. Incorporating movement into your daily routine can create a buffer against stress and help you stay grounded. Additionally, consider incorporating relaxation techniques, such as meditation or yoga, into your life. These practices teach you how to focus your mind and connect with your body, making it easier to stay calm in moments of pressure. Another important technique for reducing stress is to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Eating well, sleeping enough, and staying hydrated are vital to your overall well-being. When your body feels good, your mind can think more clearly and respond effectively. Avoiding excessive caffeine and alcohol can also help. These substances can increase anxiety and make it harder to stay grounded in stressful situations. By taking care of your body, you create a solid foundation for managing stress and navigating conflicts with confidence. Rehearsing assertive responses is a practical way to prepare for challenging conversations. When you practice what you want to say, you become more comfortable expressing your thoughts and feelings. Start by identifying situations that make you anxious or uncertain. Think about how you would like to respond assertively in those moments. Write down your thoughts and rehearse them out loud. This process can help you feel more confident when the time comes to engage in real conversations. The more you practice, the more natural your assertive responses will become. It can also be helpful to role-play with a trusted friend or family member. Practicing with someone who understands your goals can provide valuable feedback. They can help you refine your responses and boost your confidence. This kind of practice can make a significant difference in how you approach conflicts in real life. When you have rehearsed your responses, you are better equipped to stay calm under pressure and assertively express yourself. Remaining calm under pressure is a skill that takes time and practice to develop. By staying grounded in conflict, using techniques to reduce stress, and rehearsing assertive responses, you can enhance your ability to handle challenging situations. Embracing these strategies will empower you to communicate effectively and maintain your composure, leading to more productive interactions and healthier relationships. The journey may be challenging, but with dedication and practice, you can learn to navigate conflicts with grace and confidence. When it comes to exiting a conversation or situation that feels uncomfortable, effective ways to disengage are crucial. It is important to remain calm and collected. You can start by acknowledging the current situation. Simply saying something like, "I need to step away," or "I think it's best for me to leave," sets a clear tone. By doing this, you are expressing your decision without escalating the situation. The key is to be direct yet respectful. Clear communication helps others understand your boundaries and your desire to exit without creating additional tension. Sometimes it can be difficult to find the right words. Having a few phrases prepared in advance can help. For example, you might say, "I appreciate the discussion, but I need to focus on something else now." This gives you a way to exit without feeling guilty or confrontational. Practicing these phrases ahead of time makes it easier to say them when the moment arrives. You'll feel more confident, and the exit will be smoother. You are taking control of the situation by setting your own terms. Another effective way to disengage is to use body language. If you feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable, stepping back or turning slightly away can signal your desire to exit. Your body language can communicate your intentions without the need for words. This can help others understand your need to leave without making a big scene. Remember that your comfort matters, and your body language can be a powerful tool in expressing that. Protecting your mental well-being is essential during any difficult interaction. When you find yourself in a situation that drains your energy or increases your anxiety, it is important to recognize the signs. Your body may feel tense, your mind may race, or you may feel emotionally exhausted. These signs indicate that it is time to prioritize your mental health. It is okay to take a step back and care for yourself. You are not being rude. You are practicing self-care, which is vital for maintaining your well-being. Establishing boundaries is another key aspect of protecting your mental well-being. You have the right to set limits on how you engage with others. If someone's behavior is affecting you negatively, it is important to assertively communicate your boundaries. For example, you can say, "I'm not comfortable with this topic. Can we change the subject?" By expressing your needs, you take control of the situation and protect yourself from unnecessary stress. Taking time for self-reflection after difficult interactions can also help safeguard your mental well-being. Consider what happened and how you felt during the conversation. This reflection can provide valuable insights into your emotions and needs. Journaling about your experiences or talking with a trusted friend can help you process your feelings. These practices allow you to gain clarity and reinforce your sense of self. They also remind you that it is okay to prioritize your mental health. Affirming your personal dignity is crucial when exiting a situation. Recognizing your worth helps you approach conflicts and uncomfortable conversations with confidence. It is important to remind yourself that you deserve respect and understanding. Affirmations can be a helpful tool. Phrases like, "I am worthy of kindness," or "I deserve to be treated with respect," reinforce your self-worth. Repeat these affirmations regularly to build a strong sense of personal dignity. Maintaining a positive self-image plays a significant role in how you exit situations. When you feel good about yourself, it is easier to stand firm in your decisions. Embracing your values and beliefs helps you act with integrity. You can affirm your dignity by staying true to what matters to you. This might mean walking away from conversations that do not align with your values. Each time you choose to prioritize your dignity, you strengthen your self-respect. It is also important to acknowledge that exiting with self-respect is a skill that takes practice. Each interaction is an opportunity to build your confidence and refine your approach. Celebrate small victories, whether it's successfully disengaging from a tough conversation or asserting your boundaries. Recognizing your growth reinforces your commitment to self-respect. By practicing these strategies, you can exit uncomfortable situations with dignity, leaving behind the weight of conflict and embracing your authentic self. Chapter 7. Living authentically and building lasting confidence. Celebrating personal progress is an essential step in embracing an assertive and authentic life. Each small victory along your journey deserves recognition. Take time to reflect on the achievements you have made, no matter how small they may seem. This can be as simple as acknowledging moments when you stood up for yourself or expressed your needs. When you focus on your successes, you build a foundation of confidence. Recognizing your progress helps you see that you are moving forward, even when it feels slow. Reflecting on wins allows you to connect with your journey. Consider keeping a journal to document your achievements and experiences. Writing about your successes can help you appreciate how far you have come. You might write about a difficult conversation you handled well or a situation where you set a boundary. These reflections serve as reminders that you have the ability to navigate challenges. Each entry reinforces the idea that you are capable of growth and change. As you reflect on your achievements, also take note of your growth. Personal development is often a gradual process, and it can be easy to overlook the progress you have made. Look back at who you were at the beginning of your journey. Compare that to who you are today. This comparison can reveal significant changes in your mindset and behavior. Recognizing these shifts helps you appreciate your evolution. You are not the same person you were before, and that is worth celebrating. Recognizing shifts in confidence is another vital aspect of your journey. Confidence does not grow overnight. It develops through experience and practice. Pay attention to moments when you feel more self-assured than you did in the past. These shifts may be subtle, like feeling more comfortable in group settings or voicing your opinions without hesitation. Acknowledging these changes helps solidify your self-belief. Each small increase in confidence contributes to a more assertive and authentic version of yourself. You might also notice changes in how you respond to challenging situations. Perhaps you used to shy away from conflict, but now you approach it with a sense of calm. Recognizing these shifts shows that you are developing resilience. This resilience allows you to face difficult conversations and assert your needs. Celebrate these moments as proof of your growth. Each time you respond differently, you reinforce your ability to handle challenges assertively. Rewarding yourself is an essential practice in the journey of personal growth. Taking time to acknowledge your progress and treating yourself can reinforce positive behavior. This could be as simple as enjoying your favorite treat or taking a break to relax. When you reward yourself, you create a positive association with your achievements. It motivates you to continue pursuing your goals. Recognizing your efforts in a tangible way makes the journey more enjoyable. Consider setting specific milestones along your journey. When you reach these milestones, take the time to celebrate. This might be after a challenging conversation or when you successfully set a boundary. By celebrating these moments, you create a sense of accomplishment. Each celebration reinforces your commitment to personal growth. It reminds you that every step forward, no matter how small, is worth acknowledging. Incorporating rewards into your routine creates a balanced approach to personal development. It allows you to enjoy the process while also recognizing the importance of growth. By making celebrations a regular part of your journey, you cultivate a mindset that values progress. This positive outlook encourages you to continue taking risks and pushing your boundaries. Remember that embracing an assertive and authentic life is a journey filled with both challenges and rewards. Celebrating your progress is key to sustaining motivation and commitment along the way. Developing assertiveness requires a set of effective strategies that reinforce your ability to express yourself confidently. One essential strategy is to practice assertive communication. This involves using clear and direct language when expressing your thoughts and feelings. For example, instead of saying, "I guess I could help," try stating, "I can help with that." This small change makes your message stronger and more assertive. Additionally, maintaining eye contact and a steady voice can help convey your confidence. These techniques create an assertive presence that encourages others to take you seriously. Another effective strategy is to set boundaries. Knowing your limits and expressing them is crucial in assertive behavior. It is okay to say no when you feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable. For instance, if a colleague asks you to take on additional work that you cannot handle, you can say, "I cannot take on this task right now." By clearly stating your limits, you teach others to respect your needs. This also reinforces your own self-respect and helps you avoid feelings of guilt for not pleasing others. Role-playing can be a valuable tool for building assertiveness. Practicing challenging conversations with a friend or family member allows you to explore different scenarios in a safe environment. You can rehearse how to express your thoughts or set boundaries without the pressure of real-life consequences. This practice helps build confidence and prepares you for actual situations. The more you rehearse, the easier it becomes to respond assertively when the time comes. Finding supportive environments plays a crucial role in reinforcing your assertiveness. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth is essential. Seek out friends, family, or groups that celebrate assertive behavior. When you are in an environment that values honesty and open communication, it becomes easier to practice assertiveness. These positive influences help you feel more confident in expressing yourself. Supportive people provide the encouragement you need when facing challenges. Joining groups or communities that focus on personal development can also provide the support you need. Many organizations offer workshops or support groups centered around building confidence and assertiveness. Being part of a community with similar goals creates a sense of belonging. You can share experiences and learn from others. This collective journey strengthens your commitment to assertiveness and helps you overcome any self-doubt. While developing assertiveness, staying motivated through challenges is essential. It is normal to face obstacles along the way, but maintaining your motivation can help you push through. Setting realistic goals is one way to stay focused. Break your overall goal into smaller, achievable steps. Celebrate each step you take, no matter how small. This positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and reminds you of your progress. Tracking your progress can also help you stay motivated. Keep a journal to note your experiences and feelings related to assertiveness. Write down situations where you successfully expressed yourself or set boundaries. Reflecting on these moments reinforces your belief in your ability to change. Seeing your growth on paper can inspire you to continue pushing forward, even during tough times. Finding inspiration from role models can provide an additional source of motivation. Look for individuals who embody assertiveness and confidence. This could be someone you know personally or a public figure you admire. Learn about their journeys and how they overcame challenges. By understanding their struggles and successes, you can find encouragement in your path. Their stories can remind you that it is possible to achieve your goals. In moments of difficulty, remind yourself why you started this journey toward assertiveness. Revisit your motivations and the benefits of being more assertive. Keeping your purpose in mind can reignite your passion for personal growth. It is important to be patient with yourself during this process. Assertiveness is a skill that takes time to develop. Embrace the journey and trust that each step you take is a step toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. Living authentically means creating true connections with others. When you are genuine, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are. Authentic connections are built on honesty and mutual respect. To foster these connections, it is essential to be open about your thoughts and feelings. When you express yourself clearly, others can understand and relate to you better. This openness encourages deeper conversations and builds trust in your relationships. Being vulnerable is also a crucial part of forming authentic connections. Sharing your fears, hopes, and dreams with others can help strengthen your bond. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you show that you are human and relatable. This act encourages others to open up as well. Remember, everyone has struggles and insecurities. By sharing your experiences, you create a space where people feel safe to share theirs. These shared experiences deepen your relationships and promote understanding. Listening actively is another key component of creating true connections. When someone speaks, show genuine interest in their words. This means putting away distractions and focusing on what they are saying. Ask questions and engage in the conversation. Active listening demonstrates that you value the other person's thoughts and feelings. It helps build a connection based on empathy and respect. When people feel heard, they are more likely to connect with you on a deeper level. Maintaining boundaries is essential in all areas of your life. Healthy boundaries allow you to protect your emotional and mental well-being. They define where you end and others begin. It is important to recognize your limits and communicate them clearly to others. For example, if a friend repeatedly interrupts you, you can say, "I would like to finish my thought before you share yours." Setting boundaries like this shows that you value your voice and need to be heard. Boundaries are not just about saying no. They are also about creating space for yourself. This means ensuring that you have time for your interests and needs. It is okay to prioritize your well-being over social obligations. For instance, if you feel exhausted, it is perfectly acceptable to decline an invitation. When you honor your boundaries, you create a healthier environment for yourself. This practice allows you to engage more fully when you do choose to connect with others. It is essential to remember that boundaries may change over time. As you grow and evolve, so will your needs. Regularly check in with yourself to assess if your boundaries still serve you. Open conversations with those around you about any changes can foster understanding and respect. By maintaining clear and flexible boundaries, you create healthier relationships that allow you to live authentically. Embracing self-empowerment is key to living an authentic life. Self-empowerment means recognizing your worth and taking charge of your life. It begins with understanding your values and beliefs. When you know what matters to you, it becomes easier to make choices that align with your true self. Reflect on what you stand for and what you want to achieve. This clarity helps guide your actions and decisions. Another vital aspect of self-empowerment is taking responsibility for your choices. Accepting that you have the power to shape your life is liberating. When you own your decisions, you also embrace the consequences. This mindset shifts you from a victim mentality to a proactive approach. Instead of blaming others or circumstances for your situation, focus on what you can change. This shift empowers you to take control of your life and pursue your goals with confidence. Building confidence is essential for self-empowerment. Challenge negative self-talk and replace it with positive affirmations. Speak kindly to yourself and recognize your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrate your progress and acknowledge your strengths. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and encourage your growth. When you believe in yourself, it becomes easier to make choices that reflect your authentic self. Lastly, embrace continuous growth as part of your journey. Living authentically is not a destination but an ongoing process. Be open to learning from your experiences and adapting along the way. Seek out new opportunities for growth, whether through education, new hobbies, or personal development. Embracing a growth mindset helps you navigate challenges and expand your understanding of yourself. This approach keeps you aligned with your true self and allows you to live a more authentic life.